So hi guys, welcome to the channel Learn Concepts with Nikhil, Discover Learn and Grow. So in this video, we'll be learning about root cause analysis for business analyst. Right? In the previous video, we have learned the different analysis techniques like the SWOT, gap, as well as PISTOL. Right now, we'll be learning about root cause analysis. Why I kept this root cause analysis different to be like in the different video because it is one of the major concept which is needed for business analyst. So that is the reason why I have kept in the separate video. Let's go. So yeah, let's go into root cause analysis. Root cause analysis is a systematic approach to identify the underlying cause of a problem rather than just treating the symptoms. So there is a proverb, right? Prevention is better than cure. Root cause analysis also works on the same principle. Prevent the problem. Don't cure the system. Don't cure the system, right? Don't cure the system or don't cure the process, but rather prevent the total problem only. So that system will be working fine. Why is RCI important for business analysts? RCI is nothing but root cause analysis. Helps to prevent recurring issues by addressing the real cause, right? If we solve the symptom, na, there is a chance like another issue may be arising because of that problem. But if we prevent the problem only, there won't be any issues arised. So we will be preventing recurring issues. Next, improves efficiency in business processes and IT systems. It is quite intuitive. You can understand. Supports a data-driven decision making for process improvement. So, like we will be making data-driven decision making, right? We will be making decisions with the help of data. Enhances stakeholder communication by providing a clear understanding of issues, right? So we can clearly communicate with the stakeholders about the issues, about the problem which is creating the symptoms. So first one is like there are many root cause analysis methods. So first method is five whys method, where you will be asking the why five times, right? A simple approach where you ask why repeatedly, usually for five times, right? So you will be asking five times why, so that you can understand the problem instead of what we can say, instead of curing the system, we can understand the problem and we can prevent the problem. So let's take an example. Customer complains about the late deliveries, right? This is the problem. He is complaining about the late deliveries. The delivery is coming late. So first why? Shipments are late. Why my deliveries are late? Karke, if we ask ourselves, it is saying first why it is saying that shipments are late. For second why it is saying orders are not why shipments are late. Why shipments are delayed? Why? Because orders are not processed on time. Why orders are not processed on time? Why? Because warehouse receives orders late, right? Why warehouse is receiving the orders late? Why? Because inventory system is slow in updating, right? So why inventory system is slow in updating? Why? Because the system is outdated and lacks automation, right? By asking these many whys, five whys, like why shipments are delayed, why orders are not processed on time, why warehouse receives orders late, why inventory system is slow in updating, why the system is outdated and lacks automation. Why? Because it is a old inventory system and the company needs a modern inventory system, right? So you will be using 5 why methods in order to not to tackle the problem, but in order to what you can say, in order to find the problem, in order to identify the problem and prevent the problem forever. Instead of what you can say, instead of curing the symptoms, or instead of treating the symptoms, you can directly prevent the underlying problem. Next is fishbone diagram, a visual method that categorizes possible causes of the problem into different branches. It will be a fish. I'll show you it. This is a fishbone diagram, and these are the branches, right? It will be fishbone diagram will be categorizing each segment into each category, each branch. Categories used. First category is people, lack of training skills gap. It is one of the what we can say. It is one of the problem. Next is process, inefficient workflows, technologies, system failures, and outdated tools, materials, as well as external factors. So these are the categories for each branch. For one branch, there will be one category. For the second branch, there will be second categories. Third branch, there will be third category, visa. So that we can draw the fishbone diagram and we can prevent, not prevent, we can identify the underlying problem, and we can then prevent the problem, right? So example, problem, high error rates in data entry. So potential causes, lack of training, unclear guidelines, slow software, manual processes. For example, let's see this. So there are different types of causes, right? There are different types of branches, and for every branch, there are different types of causes, and those causes are leading to problem. So this is a fishbone diagram, guys. It's very easy. As a business analyst, you need to know fishbone diagram. Next is Pareto principle. Pareto principle is nothing but what you can say, 20% of the causes can create 80% of the results. For example, let's take T20 World Cup last year, 2020, 2024 World Cup happened, right? In which we have won. 20% of the batters scored 80% of the runs. Got it, right? Only Virat Kohli and Akshar Patel scored more than 120, 130 runs, which contributes to 80% of the runs. Total 160, 170 runs are there, but 120 to 130 runs are scored by only 20% of batsmen, which resulted in 80% of runs. That is nothing but 80-20 principle, that is also called as Pareto principle. For example, you can also say take it as 20% of the actors will be generating 80% of the revenue for Bollywood करके. For example, in 2000s, 2010s, only Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, and Amir Khan sir used to used to generate uh, used to generate 80% of the Bollywood revenue, right? Only 20% of actors. There are many actors, but only this 20% of actors generated 80% of the revenue, right? So that is how you will be, what you can say, that is how you will be doing the pestle analysis, pestle, not Pareto analysis, sorry. So identifies the few issues, 20% that cause the majority 80% of the problems, right? Example, 80% of customer complaints come from the 20% of process failures. Why? Because if the payment gateway is not working, right? So 20% of the app is 100%, but 20% of the app's problem is creating is creating uncomfortableness to 80% of customers, right? So that is how Pareto principle works. 80% of customer complaints comes from 20% of project failures, process failures. By use it helps you prioritize issues that have bigger impact. So you can easily find the problem, right, by identifying the 20% problems which is causing 80% results. You can identify the problems of those 20% and you can directly eliminate it, or you can identify and you can prevent it, or you can do something and you can make it improve, right? You can improve that 20%. Failure mode and effect analysis, I don't know about this. I never read about this, but let's see what is FMEA. A proactive method used to identify potential failures. Potential failures are nothing but in future only, like before only we will be estimating these can be the failures करके in the system before they occur, right? So we will be estimating the potential failures before they occur in the system. So steps: identify failure points in a process, assess the impact of each failure, prioritize failure based on a just you can do what you can say. You can do the research on failure mode and effect analysis. I'm not finding it interesting. As per to principle, fishbone diagram as well as five methods, five wise method. So how a BA uses RCA in real world scenarios, software defects. RCA helps you find whether defects are due to poor coding or testing gaps or unclear requirements. So RCA can help in identifying the defects which are caused because of poor coding or testing gaps or unclear requirements, or maybe other problem, right? Maybe other cause. Process delays identifies BS identifies whether delays are due to insufficient workflows, manual approvals, or system bottlenecks, or sometimes due to resources are not करके even he can identify the problems and the reasons for process delays and software defects We can also identify the reason for customer complaints. As I said you in the previous previous slide example, RCA helps you pinpoint whether complaints arise from product quality, service issues, or pricing strategies, right? By using RCA analysis, root cause analysis, we can cluster clearly identify the problem which is causing 80% of uncomfortableness or inefficiency. So final takeaway. A business analyst must use RCA to identify, analyze, and resolve the true cause of the problem. So, by using RCA, he will be identifying and analyzing as well as resolving the true cause of the problem which is making us uncomfortable or inefficient, or software cause uncomfortable or inefficient, right? Instead of just fixing the symptoms, don't fix the symptoms. Instead, solve the problem. Like prevention is better than cure. RCA works on this principle only. Prevention is better than cure. So this leads to long-term business improvements and better decision making, right? It is intuitive. You can understand by reading the lines. This leads to long-term business improvements, right? Long-term में future में like it improves the business improvements and better decision making. So this is all about RCA root cause analysis. In the next video, we will learn some more about business analysis. Bye guys.